Hello, everyone. Welcome to Power Up Your 2025 Goals event. I am so excited to be here doing this workshop at this point of time. I'm just going to give a couple of minutes for people to jump in um, while I just put in some music. Okay, welcome again. Um, Remember to download this PDF, which you would have received along with the email that you have signed up for. So if you are here, I believe that you are looking to supercharge your 2025 goals, and you have tried many ways of setting up the goals in the past. But as the year goes on, you might have felt that you simply lost the momentum, and you were not taking the aligned action to reach your goals. So you might be an achiever, a super achiever, looking to manifest many goals, but just lacking clarity and time. Um, Sometimes what happens as busyness gets in our way, we just lose our focus, we lose the clarity, and also limiting beliefs starts to creep in. Over time, if you're not taking any action, limiting beliefs starts to creep in, and just the mind starts questioning you. Are you good enough to take this goal? Are you good enough to do this? Are you worth it? Some of us will just go into the new year's with many goals written down. But as day passes, either we are doing the same routine and same action, we just go into a comfort zone and we lose the momentum on our goals. And soon to forget, it's 31st of December. And then that's when we frantically start writing up your, again, the same goals in the next financial or the next new year. So does that sounds like you? Because for a very long time, it was me. I was having the same weight loss goals every year on my New Year list. I used to be very proactive when it comes to January. I used to be looking at my diet, eating really healthy. Um, but when I started coming into February or late January, I still forget all about my goal. Like, why did I set this goal? Why do I need to follow up? What are the right actions which we need to do? And that's what I have specifically arranged it towards the end of Jan. And that's when it's the time for us to really revisit the goals. Is this goals that we really want to bring into our life this year? And if so, how does that align with your holistic life? You're not just setting one goal and not taking the aligned action. You want to look at your life holistically as well. And this is also the same time your logical mind starts thinking of all the excuses why you should not embark on this goal. Either it's too difficult, you've got no time, you're a busy mom, busy parent, but there is no resources for you, or you don't have the financial resources, and you might revisit this goal later. So this is the most common excuses I always get, and I've been giving these excuses myself. So that is the whole reason when I embarked on my spiritual journey, and I was literally frustrated that I was not getting results for myself. I was putting it on the calendar every year as my New Year goal, but I wasn't taking any action. So, my friends, in this workshop, I'm going to share with you my unique techniques that I used at the beginning of the year, or even sometimes even at the end of the previous financial years, to craft my New Year goals. And how do I implement it with success? And also, success doesn't come because you just visualize your goal or you just write down your goal, but it also comes when you take the action, and you find that you are not getting the success, you are taking the corrective actions again. And also that's a time when your limiting belief also creeps up. Um, so it is a time that we go and shift our limiting beliefs with the tools that I'm going to discuss with you today. So, welcome everyone. My name is Amy Murigason. I'm an energetics coach and a spiritual coach for women. I have been helping women around the globe with healing their relationship, their physical health, and also their finances. This is not this is the journey that I personally embarked on myself decades ago when I had failure in my, I should say, like I had crisis. It's not even failure, it was crisis in my physical health, in my relationship, and finances. So one after one, everything came crumbling down for me, and I did not achieve the success I want. Yes, one part of my life was doing well, but the other part was like completely done. And it kept me in a rut, and I was constantly worrying, and I had anxiety, and I was going through depression. So this might sound similar to a lot of spiritual people out there, because we go through different phases of our life, and there should be a bigger purpose before we go into our spiritual awakening. Although this workshop is not about spiritual awakening, I want to tell you how my journey was there very briefly. So that's how I embarked, and um, when I faced my challenges in my early 20s, especially with health, relation, and finance, I started pursuing a spiritual path to find answers or find solutions to fix my problem. And now I'm glad to say that I've mastered the techniques of applying energy into every aspect of my life to manifest my desires. So, and I started teaching these techniques that I've learned from all the teachers around the world to help women globally. Um, so if you are attending this workshop at this stage, I know that you are looking to make a remarkable change in your life, but there are certain hesitations or procrastination that is holding you back. So I would also love to give the maximum so that you get the maximum out of this workshop. I would love you to give this time for yourself. Please avoid any kind of distractions if possible. Um, just lock yourself in a room with no disturbance, and so we can start embarking on our goals and the goals that we want to focus on and bring into our life, and why is it important, and what are we going to do? How do we focus on this goal, and why it should be a priority in your life, and how would you kind of schedule it every day as part of your life? So this workshop is going to be interactive. I want you to be working with me. There would be times that I would want you to go through these materials, write down, so end of this session you got something to take away, and you can start taking those actions as well. So let us jump straight into. Okay, I'm a big believer of all aspects of your life, right? You just don't focus on setting goals. More of my life, since as a teenager, I was setting goals just looking at my life from education or one aspect of it, my finances, but I wasn't looking at my life holistically. So this is where the wheel of life actually comes in. So most of us set goals, example, wherever, like I remember I was telling you that I was only setting goals for my health, basically weight loss. But I wasn't focusing on my time management. I wasn't focusing on the emotions that's coming up or clearing the limiting belief, and how is other areas going to affect with this goal that I'm going to achieve. This could be even contribution to the community, contribution to the society. And also, what about personal development? What about areas that we don't really talk about? Spirituality. How are you going to keep in this hustle and bustle of life in during this period? That how do you keep centered? How do you keep going back to your goals? And you know what is the aligned action? You can focus on clarity. And what is the most dominant areas that you should be focusing now? It's not what you think because um, I don't have this, and this person is having um, the best amazing relationship of their life. That could be one of the reasons, but I'm not saying that you should not just, what I'm trying to say is that you should not just focus on just one goal. Take a holistic look at your life. And I want you to look at the wheel of life. I'm just going to give you a couple of minutes. We're going to be rating ourselves, one being the least abundant and 10 being the most abundant. For example, what do you think about health? Where is health for you? And what is the focus that you have for your health? How do you think? So, this is basically look at your life at this point of time. How are you faring with your health, your relationship? This relationship could be between yourself, right? And also with others. And family, what I meant is your immediate family as well. And emotions. How do you cope with emotions? What's coming up for you? Do you have a meditation practice? What do you do, like, when you have this negative feelings coming up in your life? Is there a way that you manage those emotions, or are you just going through the cycle of erratic emotion, angry, sad, like, you just don't want to go through emotional cycle as well? And look at your finance. And finance is something I've separated finance from career, right? The reason is like you might be earning very well, but you might not be saving a lot in your bank end of the day. Or you might be someone who's looking to embark on a new business, but you haven't taken any action. So the business is failing. Or you could be someone who's looking to transition from your 9 to 5 job into your business. But business is an area that you need to put more focus as well. So these are areas that sometimes we do have blind spots, or consciously and unconsciously we might feel, oh, that's not important for me at this stage. But for a soul to evolve, right, we need to look into all dynamics of our life, not just our health, our relationship, and spirituality. I want you to also look at how good you are with your time management. And what about personal development? Are you embarking on any courses? Is there any interest that you want to pursue? If you want to launch a book or write a book, how much of time are you investing in yourself, reading something and putting into action as well? So some of some of the entrepreneurs might be working very hard in their business, but they might be lacking area contribution. They'll be lacking on their health. They might be a workaholic. They might be working erratic hours, but they might not come back and spend a lot of time with your family. And what about yourself? Like, what are you doing in terms of your self-care? So these are the gaps that I'm looking to close when you are embarking on your goal setting this year. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes while you take some time. I'm going to put on some music. So you're honestly rating yourself in all areas of your life. My friends, I think you might have completed the wheel of life and you might have done some rating on all the major areas of your life. So if you turn over to the next page, I want you to identify wherever you had a score of less than 5. I want you, which are the least abundant, which is the least abundant area for you this financial year or this new year. I want you to write those areas. Just want you to write 3 areas for now. Um, is it your business? Is it your finance? Is it your contribution? Any areas that you are scoring 5 and below. If most of the areas you've got more than 5, fantastic. You're doing very well. You're having a very balanced approach to your life. But then later you can go into looking at which is the areas that I could still improve more. And be very honest with yourself, like, because this is the goals that we are looking to um, set in your life, and also the compelling reason for why do you need to take this goal. So when we look into improving our lives, when we look into improving our lives, the reasons must be very compelling. There must most of us go through the change when there is pain. Like some of us, like I was telling you that I had to go through my spirituality when I had a crisis in my life with my relation, with my finances, with my health. So that might be one of the compelling reasons, but not all of us have to go through pain. Some of us want to just lose a couple of weights, have a business growth, and be a better time manager, right? So I want you to identify 3 areas of your life that you are going to write it on, and why do you think this area requires improvement? Be very honest with yourself. You're not going to share your results with anyone, but you must be motivated. If you're not motivated to embark on this new goal or in this new change that you're bringing into your life, it will be never revisited, right? It will be just another goal that you'll be looking at next year. So write down your 3 immediate goals and turn over to the next page, your goal 1. As I talked about, like, summarize your goals, the one outcome that you want to achieve from this goal, right? Think, how is it going to benefit you? And why you need this goal. Like, for example, if you have chosen spirituality, like, spirituality is an area that you have not considered previously, and you're finding it very stressed out in your life, and you have a very hectic and busy life, but you don't take time to connect within yourself, and you put in that, I'm just going to take this one action. That is going to be meditation. I'm going to do meditation, maybe start with 10 minutes a day, like before I go to bed, or when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to have a meditation space and I'm going to do this meditation. And be also very realistic with yourself, right? We talk about the SMART goals, like be very specific, and you must have measurable outcome. What is it that I want to achieve at end of 3 months, 6 months, 9 months? Certain goals takes a longer time to achieve when they are intangible goals. Tangible goals, you can say it much faster. So, and then as we go through these goals, that's when the little villain kinds of creeps in. That's our limiting belief and thought form. Because when you don't see immediate result and you start doubting your mind and you start thinking, am I doing something right? Or am I just completely wasting my time? I should not be doing this. This is not my skill set. Or I'm not trained to do this. So that is when we will come to the next part of the session to heal ourselves, to heal the limiting belief that creeps into our mind. It's very common to go through goals thinking, are we good enough to manifest this? And the limitations are very common to pop up. So in the next few pages, I want you to write your goal 1, why you desire the goal, and what is this one specific outcome that you want to get from this goal. And how do you think it will change your life, the quality of your life? We need to think about emotions. If you have chosen meditations and spirituality, right, you are going to be more calmer person. You're going to control your anger. You're going to feel more centered. You're going to have a strong, energetic boundaries. So these are your outcomes that you want to get out of your goal. But this is also the way that you go back and measure yourself, not against someone else, measuring your output against how you were a couple of months ago before you started having this goal. It's all good and beautiful, friends, when you start putting in all those goals. I want this outcome. This is how it's going to improve my life, and this is why I should take this, embark on this goal. What is the next step? Okay, we all are very busy individuals, right? We are working. Some of us even have a business, work, career, mothers. Our energy, our attention, and our time is scattered everywhere. And in nowadays, in this present world, you can just get on your phone and you just, right? If you're not going to set a time and a good boundaries with your time management, you can't achieve what you're looking to achieve. So how I do manage it is all the tools that I've learned helped me to write down my goals and what am I focused on. I am very focused. I'm focused on what do I want to get out of these goals, right? What is my outcome? What am I going to do in my 3, 6, 9 months or even 12 months? How do you then factor it into your daily life? If you have a diary like me, I want you to, like, are you going to take action on this goal on a weekend, on a day, on a night after you before going to bed? If it's going to be a meditation, like, it's going to be, I want you to schedule that in. If you're not going to have the time factored into embarking on a goal, you can pretty much forget it. It will be another goal sitting there which you have not taken any action. So setting goals is one part, taking the aligned action. Before you even take the aligned action, you need to set aside some time. So time is the essence. A lot of you might say, hey, me, I got so much on my list. I do not know what I should drop, what I should prioritize. And just look at your time wasters, right? Where are you wasting time? Like, could you wake up an hour earlier to embark on your goal? Like, can you give that focused time, undistracted time in the morning when the whole world is sleeping? I'm not telling you everyone should wake up at 5 a.m. What I'm trying to say is that if you don't have a time during the day to come back, revisit, and take a line action for your goal, whatever actions that you are going to, whatever you've written down. But when are you taking this action? That is the most important thing. Even you have not written the right action to take, but when you are taking some form of action, that is when you kind of cross correct yourselves, my friends. So it's most very important that you schedule that in your diary. So every year I go through, I said, I've got this list of goals. Could be my health, my spirituality, my relationship, and finance. If it's going to be finance, am I revisiting my budgets? Am I revisiting my wealth management strategies, my investment strategies? It does not need to be, some of the goals might not need more time, but some might. So you need to then go and revisit how much of time do I have in a week, or does this goal needs to be done daily? If it's a health goal, if you need to go to gym, if you need to exercise, you need to go for a walk, some goals are daily, some could be done fortnightly. So depending on your goal, whatever you have scheduled down, I want you to write down when you are going to take the goal. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. We've also got this page, right? Areas in my life, that is the focus that you are going to take for this year. What is my goal? Why you desire this goal? This is your compelling reason. Why do you want this? Your why must be very powerful. And how are you going to achieve this goal? There's as many possible ways. And when will you attain this goal? So is it 369? Within the next 12 months. And I would also like you to include when are you going to schedule that into your diary or into your everyday life. So I want you to focus on that as well. Friends, let's move on. So I believe you must have written your three goals and the actions that you want to take. But most often, right, when we are going through our life and our logical mind starts rationing out, I have never done this before. And it's also a fear, it's also a doubt. And you might then start relating to your past. I've tried that before, but it didn't work out. Maybe I'm not good at that. Maybe I should not even take any actions on that. This is all that mental chatter, your little me inside your head telling yourself why you should not be doing this goal. It's very common. If that sounds very familiar, I've been going through this all my life, right? Until I started addressing and saying, good, I know these are the limiting beliefs that's coming up for me, but I need to work on this limiting beliefs. I'm acknowledging this limiting beliefs. Most of the limiting beliefs do come from experiences that we had in the past. Sometimes it could be our childhood program. Sometimes it could be your parents telling you or your primary caregiver saying, you're not good enough. I don't think so. You're going to make that much of money. You've never kept money in your life. And some of you also do copy some patterns and belief system from your parents as well. You are just sponging them till the age of 7. So when you see your parents going through these limiting beliefs themselves, you adapt those qualities and you take on those um, even without consciously thinking that is not your pattern. So some of us don't even know when have we inherited this pattern, but it's good. That's when we start working on limitation. And this is the most exciting part for me. And this is when I think the transformation kick in. What most of the transformational coach will be telling you is like, write down all your goals, take the align action, keep moving, keep motivating yourself. But there is your physical body, your emotional body, you've got your mental body, you've got your spiritual body. For you to attain something, you need to raise your vibration and you need all your bodies to work together. You can't ignore your mental body. You're not going to achieve success. So if your mental and your emotions are saying your emotions are going like that and you have this mental chatter saying that you're not going to achieve, this is not meant for you, you can't do this, and constantly telling that, that is what is going to be populated in your aura, right? They always say big fish eat small fish. So these are limiting beliefs and thought forms that you have created. You have taken on from your parents, or you go through life and something happens to you, and you just say, oh, this is not meant for me. I'm not good in doing this. So the good news is when we create these limiting beliefs, when we have the power to create this limiting belief, we also do have the power to disintegrate these beliefs so that it does not become a hindrance or a block when we are navigating our goals or taking aligned action. So let's go on to the second last page. I want you to write your goals. And I want you to think about a limiting belief that's coming up for you. It could be for some of us, it could be, I'm not good enough. Um, of don't have resources. I do not know. I'm confused. I'm not smart enough to just, these are like some random goals. Sometimes you feel guilty, sometimes you feel ashamed, you had failures in the past. But friends, I like to share something with you. Failure is part of your success. You could never, many business people or spiritual people, if you know, would have attempted many failures in order to get that success. So do not be bound or do not be limited by your failures. Um, so the failure is kind of a stepping stone. You know, there is a failure and you come and revisit, do a reflection, what worked and what did not work. And then you redefine your goals. The most important thing is you're addressing what failed and how to take the right action. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to write down your limitations um, very quickly. And I also want you to rate because we are going in next into the healing a limiting belief session. So I want you to rate, like say, if this belief is very strong for you, I'm not worthy of this goal. If you're scoring 9 or 8 there, I want you to write how strong do you feel this limiting belief is for you. Okay, so just focus on three goals. The limiting belief. Some of you might have the same limiting belief. I think when I started off on my journey and doing all this, learning the energetics, I had one limiting belief coming up. I'm not good enough. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, am I going to do this? I've never had success in my life. So this was those beliefs that I kept telling myself, I'm not smart enough. But it might be different for anyone. Just listen to yourself. Um, Another practice is you can put your hands on your heart and I want you to visualize this goal. And I want you to visualize the outcome that you want to achieve from the goal. And immediately, when you think about this goal, what is the limiting belief that also comes up to you? I want you to record that down. Feel free to drop in the chat below as well, like what are the limiting beliefs that is coming up for you. So when you're working through the session, we could focus on what's the limiting beliefs that's coming up. Okay, my friends. Now let's go into healing the session, right? We're going into healing our limiting beliefs. Mm, yes, I could say some of you have stated, I do not know where to start. It seems impossible for me to create these goals for myself. Never had success in the past. Need more support. Yes, absolutely. Yes, all these are the limiting beliefs when you are thinking about something new, taking a radical action, like, going from point A to point Z without doing things you've never done in your life before. It's all good, friends. I want you to like now sit back in your chair and I want you to visualize a movie screen in front of you. When you think of this, I want you to choose one goal. We're going to work on this one goal, but you're more than welcome to revisit this video again and repeat with all your goals and session. So I want you to think of your number one goal, which is the least abundant for you. It could be health, whatever, spirituality, your relationship that's coming up for you. I want you to visualize this limiting belief that's coming up for you. Say, for example, it's your health goal and You're looking to lose weight, eat healthily, um, be more fit. But what is the limiting belief that's coming up for you? Or what is this constantly when you think about achieving your dream body or achieving the fitness goal that you wanted? What is this little mind of you keeps telling? I want you to visualize that emotion. I want you to put, it could be one word or it could be even a scene. I want you to see that you are in this movie screen acting it out and you're telling yourself, I'm not good enough to achieve this. I've never done that in the past. How do you feel when you recall that or recall even a past incident in your life which has the same kind of limiting belief? You failed in the past, right? You have not achieved this goal. I'll give you a couple of minutes here. Want you to put on, we are going to do this 7 times. I want you to tap onto your crown and we create electric violet light. So this is a powerful energy healing technique that I've learned as well, would like to share with you. And I want you to visualize that your hands having this electric violet light, and you're going to use this and erase this limiting belief and the picture in front of you. Okay? Completely erase. And I want you to visualize a violet flame beside you. Remember to distinguish after this session. And what's happening is that with every limitations that we, or the limiting thought forms that we create, there is an energetic cord that we have from our intention and from our feelings. So this is what is feeding this energy. I want you to visualize the cord and the screen in front of you. Cut this cord, and I want you to throw this into this violet flame. So you're not going to give this cord any more energy to feed in the same limiting thought form to you. Okay? Done that? Okay, next I want you to recite this with me. These thoughts and emotions of I am. Say if you're not good enough, I created them. They are not the I. I am in power. This intention or this thought form no longer serve me. Disintegrate completely. So what we are doing is that you created this limiting thought form. Now we have the power to disintegrate. And I want you to, once you verbally say that, I want you to see that in the screen, you're crunching it into a small ball of paper and you're dumping it into the violet flame. You are removing the energy and the thought form. Okay, that's the first time. We're going to do that 7 times. So keep going back to the same goal, the same limiting belief and the emotion that you had, disappointed, angry with yourself, or even ashamed. I want you to think about it, have that in the screen, your electric violet light. Your hands are going to be like a eraser. You're erasing this. We will intentionally go through that fast. There's a cord from our solar plexus to this screen. Cut this cord, throw it into the violet flame. And next, I want you to crunch this, make it into a ball, and throw it into the violet flame. So, and I want you to recite this. I created this thought form, but this no longer serves me. I am in power. Okay? And this no longer serves me. I'm removing this thought form completely from my energetic field, aura, and chakras. Very good. We are going into the third screen. Portray the same intention and limiting belief. Once again, electric violet. Okay, the cord, cut your cord, and you're putting it in the violet flame. Crunch this limiting belief, whatever it is for you, and just say, I no longer require you. You're no longer in power. I disintegrate you completely. Throw it into the violet flame. You're doing the 4th time, same emotions, limiting belief coming up. Use violet, cut the cord, right? Throw it into the violet flame, crunch it, okay? And use the power. You can say whatever you want to say, but as long you're not feeding this thought form anymore, any more energy and power. I no longer, I no longer deserve you. I want you to be completely gone from my aura and my chakras. I created this and I'm completely disintegrating you. Okay, chuck into the violet flame. You're doing the fifth session, throwing all your limiting belief into. As you keep doing this, the power of this technique is that you will start fainting. You can't remember it very clearly. If you are in this situation and state, it means very good that you are doing it correctly. Electric violet, cord, we cut the cord, trade in the violet flame, crunch it, and will it disintegrate completely? I no longer require you. You no longer serve me. Disintegrate completely. Okay, six, two more time. Whatever remaining thought forms, actions, any limiting beliefs that you have with this goal, want that to be projected onto this white screen. Go through this screen. Anything that's, it could be worthiness, anything got to do with this goal that why you can't create this goal completely. I want you to, like sometimes we hold back. I want you to completely, for some of us, it's difficult. So I'm going to go to, I want you to inhale, hold, and then put it onto the white screen, the remaining energy and thought form of your limiting belief. Okay? Electric violet, cut your cord, crunch it, your limiting belief, throw it into the violet flame. The last one, white screen, any form of remaining limiting belief that you've associated to your goal, want that to be projected into the white screen. You're no longer an energetic match. It's very important phrase, right? You're no longer an energetic match for this limiting belief. Violet flame, cut your cord, scrunch it, disintegrate completely, put it in the violet flame, okay? Now, we need to distinguish the violet flame very carefully. Beautiful. And if you don't want to use the violet flame, another technique that I use is a bucket with salt, a handful of salt. You can put it there, and after the session, you can throw it and wash the basin. But as long you don't keep it, this is just meant to be your psychic garbage. Okay, so my friends, how does this feel like after we've kind of gone through clearing our limiting belief? How does that feel for you? I want you to go into the last page, turn into your last page, and I want you to rate the same limiting belief. Was that coming up 7? And share it in the chat as well. If the session has helped you. Yes, I could see some of you saying, I feel lighter, relieved, feel more confident in achieving my goals. Beautiful. That's right, my friends, right? So it's very natural for us to go through with limiting beliefs, but you have the power, you have the tool. Go back. This is a very simple exercise. You don't need to be an energy healer to do that. Just visualize the limiting belief, cut the energy, erase it, and then you can do it at any point of time. Like even if something comes up at your office, you have a limiting belief, you can even go back and just even do it in your car, right? So this is a very handy tool to always keep with yourself. And I also um, want you to rate like how confident are you in now creating this new goal in your life. I hope you have taken some nuggets, valuable nuggets from this free healing session. Please feel free to share this with your family or a friend. I also have a full video or a full course that I've created in creating your goals. I go through in deep length in explaining, and we go through all areas of our life. So if you're interested, if you're interested in learning more and how to make this as part of your New Year goal resolution and crafting your New Year goals, I'll be sending out emails with information. You can always contact me. And Last not but least, I'd like to thank you all the beautiful souls for joining me today in this beautiful session today. Thank you. Namaste.